Hello, my name is Johnny Earl, also known as Johnny Cupcakes. I started 16 businesses before I was 16 years old. They all failed, but I kept moving. I kept trying new things. And I eventually started a food-themed t-shirt brand with frosting-scented pop-up shops, t-shirts displayed in refrigerators. And when you buy a t-shirt, we package it up in little lunch boxes and try to give people an escapism through retail. I do a lot of keynote talks on building brand loyalty and inspiring innovation, and I share why thousands of our customers have Johnny Cupcakes logos tattooed on their bodies and how other people can get that same brand loyalty and excitement. So I was very happy to be at the EO rally, and these are some of my takeaways.
Johnny Cupcakes is not your average entrepreneur. He's built a cult following with his unique brand and retail experience. Get ready to hear his takeaways from the Entrepreneurs Rally and how he creates unforgettable brand experiences.
Meets opportunity. Join us on May 8th, 2025 at the JW Marriott Mall of America. Join 500 plus entrepreneurs for networking, learning, and mentorship experiences. Get inspired by Damon John, the FUBU founder and Shark Tank star, as he shares his journey from startup to global success. Learn from Matthew Pollard, the rapid growth guy who will revolutionize your approach to sales and marketing. Engage in our interactive sessions, including roundtable mentoring. Our action-packed day runs from morning coffee to evening reception, filled with insights and opportunities to grow your business. Why should you attend? You will walk away with practical strategies, network with industry leaders, and accelerate your business growth, all in one pivotal day. Ready to transform your entrepreneurial journey? Reserve your spot today at entrepreneursrally.org. That's entrepreneursrally.org.
All right, so Johnny, thanks for joining. Give us a little bit about your experience last year at the EO rally.
Yeah, my experience being a keynote speaker at the EO rally, as well as attending, it was great. I think a lot of us can relate that we kind of keep our heads down and we get lost in our own echo chambers, and it's nice to come up for air. You have these priceless conversations with other people who are experiencing either equal success or equal pain. Having those conversations with fellow entrepreneurs is it's very therapeutic, and you can meet new friends, new accountability buddies, and it's well worth it. I think any business owner or aspiring business owner should, make time to be a part of that and make it out to the EO rally.
As a business owner, I often hear we don't have enough time to do anything. The only time you have is to work on your business. Tell people why they should take some time out of their day to join this once in a year event.
Yeah, one conversation could change your outlook on your entire business model or your personal life. And I think anyone listening, you owe it to yourself to make time for that. And, the best investment is investing in yourself. So that little bit of time, it's really not much. It's not a entire day or weekend thing. It's anytime you could commit to it would be great.
You have spoken at a lot of events, but you've also attended a lot of events. When you go to specific EO events, what things do you take away from those?
Yeah, I do speak at a lot of events, and the EO events in particular, it feels like a family. It feels therapeutic, sharing your ups and downs with a group of maniacs brave enough to have a business and to keep going. And it can be lonely, and it can be wearing at times. And even during the celebrations and the success, it's nice to share that with people who know that roller coaster ride. So I would say there's a sense of familiarity and a sense of therapeutic and a family-like environment being there.
Typically, a lot of entrepreneurs, you talk about loneliness, a lot of entrepreneurs don't know who to talk to. Tell us why going and meeting with or being with another 500-600 entrepreneurs gives you an opportunity to learn and share stories with those other people.
People have been through it before. You can share these stories with your friends and your family, but if they haven't had a business for X number of years or, cried X amount of times in the Trader Joe's parking lot, it's different. So, like I said, one conversation could change the way you think, you feel. You can get lifelong friends out of it. It's a great club to be a part of, a great organization to partake in. And yeah, you'll know 10 minutes being there why it's important. You're in a group of all business owners, and a lot of business owners, like you said, they feel like they don't have the time. So if you go reach out to someone you might follow on Instagram or you might be connected with on LinkedIn and try to get a 10-minute conversation out of them, that might not happen. But if you're going into a room and you're part of an EO event or you're at this EO rally, everybody's there and they want to share. And you might be that person that shares too. And that can feel rewarding and uplifting to be able to pass along some helpful contacts or tips and tidbits. It's enriching.
The event has mentoring tables. So I'm not sure if you had a chance to sit at one of those tables last year, but there's mentors. So there's people that aren't necessarily an EO, but they've been a long time entrepreneur. And then there's younger people that can learn from them. Tell us some ways that you as a younger startup entrepreneur can learn from a seasoned veteran at one of these mentoring sessions.
I mean, just learning, everything. I wish I made time for something like this when I started, because I would have saved many years, even just like learning how to manage people and what systems to use, and the best place to throw an event, and if you need equity, where do you go and who do you trust, and how to build a team and how to work with freelancers and what type of contracts should you have in place, and everything. It all depends on the type of business you have, but there's a lot of essential structure and shortcuts that you can get from sitting at these tables.
I know you are a speaker that had some great stories. What kind of stories do you have that can translate from your own experience? Johnny Cupcakes, which you actually don't sell cupcakes. Give us some little tidbits about what you've learned just as your own self and an entrepreneur that can help other people, as you as the keynote, that can help other people understand why they should come and see the keynotes.
When I'm there as a speaker, I want people to feel everything that I'm talking about. I want them to get swept away in the smell of frosting when I'm talking about my frosting scented pop-up shops where we sell t-shirts out of refrigerators and package up t-shirts inside of pastry boxes. I want them to be delighted and remember the importance of surprise and delight when they find a little surprise in the room that they weren't expecting. I just, again, getting those shortcuts, learning that it's not about B2B or B2C. It should be about human to human, those handshakes, high fives, conversations, the special events. There's a lot of ways that you can build community around your brand, and it doesn't take a whole lot of money to do so. It can start with a handwritten note and a local community event, and then just being different. Like you said, my name is Johnny Cupcakes, but I don't sell cupcakes. What can you do that gives your potential customers and clients a reason to want to talk about you and to want to ask about you and be curious? So I've had some Halloween events where we've sold spooky themed t-shirts at nighttime, and you had to go in the dark to get your scary shirt. And we rented popcorn machines and showed scary movies in the windows and packaged the t-shirts and VHS tapes. And I even rented out a real hearse and a real coffin. And I got delivered inside of this hearse and coffin to the door when we opened up the store at night. And that $220 investment from a creepy guy on Craigslist who had a hearse and a coffin got us over $1 million in free marketing, because the local news wanted to do a lengthy segment on this t-shirt shop, Johnny Cupcakes. So if I can do it with something as weird as cupcakes on t-shirts, I think anybody listening and anybody that's going to a rally and making those connections can come up with way better ideas. It's just putting yourself out there, not being afraid to take risks, looking at failures as experiments and knowing that experimenting is how we grow. And just trying to reinvent what you do so it creates a lasting impression.
This year, Damon John and Matthew Pollitt are keynotes. Tell us why somebody would want to come and see Damon John from FUBU and Shark Tank, and Matthew Pollitt, the startup guy, the sales guy. Tell us reasons why they'd want to see some of those people talk.
Listen, not just the keynote speakers, but even just the people sitting at your table. Everybody has a story. And when those keynote speakers are on stage, they're rattling off the things that they wish they knew when they started. And again, that's giving you a jump start, a kick start, and giving you those shortcuts, those roadmaps. And And they can be crucial. They could help save you tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars just by getting those warning signals from the people on stage, but also from the people at your table too within the EO community.
Can you think of a couple things that you took away from the event when you were there last year?
Instantly, when I went in, I felt welcomed, and everyone was just so giving. And what can I do to help? What can I do to help? Here's my cell phone. Anything you need, anything you need. People are friendly, but to that degree, I don't see that at many other events. It's like everybody feels proud to pass down everything that they've learned, and they thrive when they see you thrive, and it's contagious when you see that, and it gives them purpose to be able to pass down information and contacts and to be there on the other end if you need anything. So I'd say that was the biggest thing, is just that welcoming vibe, that support. It's a dream come true for anyone that has a business or is looking to start a business.
Tell us about the venue, and what was the weather like in May in Minnesota for you?
It was great. I mean, Minnesota's beautiful. Flying in, just seeing the clear parcels of land that everybody has. Such a it's such a lush city. I felt like I was going to, I don't know, I was going to another state, but it felt like I was going to a mystical land, a mystical universe when you look down from the windows in the airplane. And the venue was great. Food was delicious. Yeah, very, very accommodating. And I had no complaints. And I hope to make more time to go to more rallies. Specifically being in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, I felt right at home, and I wasn't at home. And I think that's the most important thing when you're traveling, you have a family, you've got stuff going on. It feels hard to make that sacrifice to go to one of these events, but be away from home and for someone to make you feel at home, it's probably the best thing that you can ask for from an event planner.
It's awesome. Is there anything else that you'd like to add about the EO rally?
They were very resourceful for me, because last minute I wanted to get delivered to the stage inside of a box, a wooden crate, a coffin, anything that we could find, and they helped me find a really big box that I could fit inside of, and unfortunately fell through it a little bit when we were practicing in the back. But last minute I had 2 local entrepreneurs help carry me to the stage, and they wore special jumpsuits, and everybody at the event was very accommodating and super helpful. And yeah, and big shout outs to Mercedes over at Mosaic Tile. She was the best to work with too, and to get me up on that stage in such a unique way. The whole crew, everybody behind the event and everybody a part of the chapter, they were very responsive. It was a last minute booking because I know for health reasons another speaker wasn't able to make it, and we're able to pull something together in what felt like days, what felt like hours, but it was seamless. It was very seamless.
That's great. Thanks, Johnny.
Uncharted Entrepreneurship is a production of Content Basis LLC. Copyright 2023. You can find more award-winning content at contentbasis.io. And that wraps up the latest edition of Uncharted Entrepreneurship. Bold tales from entrepreneurial trailblazers. I'm your host, Brent Peterson, signing off after an incredible fireside chat with one of our intrepid trailblazing guests. Their first-hand perspective on conquering the unexplored wilds of business is just a taste of the rare wisdom you'll discover from pioneering entrepreneurs on this show. I also invite you to join me each week for insider commentary on the startup scene and digital marketing landscape on my Talk Commerce podcast. You can find Talk Commerce wherever you download podcasts or go to talk-commerce.com. I'd be grateful if you left a review and rating for Uncharted Entrepreneurship to help more bold founders find their way to game-changing insights that empower ventures to transform communities.
This is your host, Brent Peterson, signing off for now. I'll see you around the virtual campfire next episode as we embark on another adventure into the great entrepreneurial unknown.